Fuck it, we're going live. Okay,
live.
so we're in frame. So why don't you scoot over to me, Mongo.
Hi, everybody.
All right, are we live?
I think we're live.
All right, so I'm here with Mongo and Jezabel, and we wanted to get together. You know, for one, we wanted to get together because we wanted to make some new content for our YouTube channel. But for two, today, what day is today, Mongo?
Today's our 16-year anniversary of being the Santino Brothers.
August 4th. What was it? 2000?
14,
No, 2004.
2004.
2004.
Someone did math.
So yeah,
And I'm good at math. The one day I'm not good at math.
yeah, so August 14th, or excuse me,
No,
August
August
4th, 2004, we decided to become the Santino Brothers. And Santino Brothers, as you guys may know it, is a pro wrestling school. You know, we got Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy, and that's what we've been actually doing for the last 12 years. But when Santino Brothers started, Mongo and I were in Southern California, and we were just kind of
Shooting the shit.
yeah, just kind of shooting the shit, but just trying to like work together and do something with each other. You know, we wanted to try to figure out how we can be a team. You know, and me coming from XPW, you know, I'm the rock superstar Kaos with the blonde hair. But I think you come to a point where you want to try to do something different, try to do something else, try to do something new. So we decided to do a tag team, and in this tag team, we actually got people commenting on there.
Oh, shit.
Cooper says, "How are you guys?" Hello here. How's heard of the Pete Hadfield? Is this Pete Hadfield? Good seeing you, Pete Hadfield. And then yeah, Cooper's there. And then sup bums. I hope somebody said what's up bums. I hope somebody would know. But you know, on the story of the Santino Brothers, I gotta be honest with you. Mongo and I were partaking in what we call a psychedelic called mushrooms. And
Recreational activity.
yeah, we were, and at least I was thinking of a name that we can kind of be a. We were really into MMA. We were really into mixed martial arts. We would watch the Smashing Machine. Remember the Smashing Machine, Mongo?
Did a lot of grappling.
With Mark Kerr.
Right.
Oh my gosh! If you guys haven't seen the Smashing Machine, you guys got to check that out. It's probably one of the best MMA documentaries to this day. I mean, there's probably a lot of them out there, but what do you think? I mean, Smashing Machine.
That was back in the day. That was probably one of the few.
Yeah.
And you had to be a hardcore MMA fan to see that, because it really wasn't public.
And doing the or watching the Smashing Machine was just, I think, kind of really influential on us. Along with Pride, we watched a lot of Pride, and you know, the UFCs. You know, we were definitely watching a lot of that, and that was our influence. But we needed a name, you know. And I think the idea was that we were going to have a name that was called the Fighting Something. So we were on the psychedelic drug, and for some reason we came up with this name, or I came up with this name. It was a Sonny Santino?
Sonny, yeah, it was.
So was it Sonny?
It was Sonny Santino.
Sonny Santino and Santana Santino. And if you think about it, Sonny and Santana is actually the same name. Yeah.
Short version.
But, I mean, and I don't think anyone really even knows about the Sonny or Santana Santino, and that was actually what our names were supposed to be, the Fighting Santino Brothers. And we had two concepts of shirts. We had one shirt that was in blue, and on top it said the Fighting Santino Brothers. And that's it. And the other concept is actually the logo that you guys know today, where it just says Santino Bros Wrestling. And we decided, hey, which one do we want to make? And the Santino Bros Wrestling had a backside. So if anyone's got the original shirt, what was on the backside? What did it say?
Handing out beatdowns.
We're handing out beatdowns because of Cypress Hill, because I love Cypress Hill. And then the other one that said the Fighting Santino Brothers, that one...
we came here to kick your ass.
We came here to kick your ass from one of these Metallica live concerts. And that's what this guy, what's the guy's name? James
Hetfield.
Yeah, he just yells out, we came here to kick your ass. And that shirt was, you know, up until COVID days, that shirt was up at the dojo. So if you ever seen the shirt that said the Fighting Santino Brothers on the backside, it said that we came here to kick your ass. For one reason or another, Santino Brothers Wrestling is the one that actually made the cut, and Mongo went with it. Mongo,
He's
we
the
did
corporate
we
guy.
didn't have a logo, we didn't have anything, and so Mongo actually went to the Pico Rivera swap meet.
Yeah, we both went that day to pick out a logo. And then we know we couldn't use that logo for copyright reasons, so we asked a buddy to draw it out, and they drew it out, and we picked one out of the 6.
Yeah, he changed it. I don't know, 30% or so like
He
that.
tweaked it with the little earring.
He
and
put the earring on because I used to have the eyebrow piercing, and it was the eyes, and yeah, we went with it. And so and then the big thing was about getting our fighting shorts, but getting our logos on the fighting shorts.
Right.
And we had it. We had our brand new white boots. If you ever see me wearing my white boots, those are the same white boots that we got. And we got these fighting shorts, and we had the logo on it, and we were so proud of it. But as soon as we put it on, it stretched out, and I guess it was heat pressed.
It was vinyl.
Yeah, it was fine. It was vinyl, and so it just stretched it out. And right before the match, we had to pull the logo out. And so the idea of like really with Mongo, you tell me, like you put the logo on everything, man. You had there's the stickers right here on my file cabinet.
Mongo's very big on brand awareness.
You had folders, letterhead,
8x10.
envelopes, of course,
Skull folders,
yeah,
like
8x10s of the wrestlers, but the logo itself, you got it put on what? How much stuff? And what was the thinking behind that? Why did you get the logo put on everything?
Well, I learned that from Slammers, from Vern. Everything he kind of touched of his paperwork, anything, kind of had the logo on there, so kind of just brought, okay, why does he have the logo there? Then you find out it's about brand awareness. You're trying to build a brand, trying to build a name. That's why they tell you don't change your theme music too much in wrestling, or don't change your name, because then you got to get people familiar with you all over again. And same thing with the business. If you keep on changing the business name, they got to get familiar with you all over again. So here, the logo was just to build a brand, to build something. I never thought it was going to be built as a school or what it is today, but I just thought at that time we just got two hungry wrestlers trying to build a brand, and that was at that point. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, because by you doing that and throwing it on everything, obviously T-shirts and bandanas and shorts and fighting shorts and just throwing the logo on everything. I mean, it was very influential on the actual name of the pro wrestling school, because we did our tag team. And we looked superb. If you ever see the 8x10, we had matching boots, matching gear, matching everything, and it was just, we thought it was perfect. The promoters and bookers out here in Southern California didn't think so. I mean, we would get booked on the same show, but they wouldn't put us in as a tag team. I don't know if it had to do with like I'm Kaos and they wanted me to do singles or whatever the case was, but we would pitch the tag team, and nobody would ever put us together. Rev Pro Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera was probably our best supporter of Santino Brothers. We have all of our matches are probably on Tweety Boulevard at the Allen Theater.
For RevX.
And that was our first show, was at RevX.
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, these two scared the hell and intimidated the shit out of a lot of people. So that may have had something to do with why they tried to keep you guys separate but still wanted you on the shows. Just a thought.
I mean, maybe, but I mean,
intimidating
Allen
stuff.
Theater was a cool ass little theater, but they would have 20, maybe 60 people at the very most on a big show,
Yeah.
and 60 might be pushing it, right? Because who's gonna go back and tell me I was wrong? But yeah, Santino Brothers kind of cut our teeth there, and then we actually also did our own show,
Right.
Full Contact Wrestling, and but the tag team really never picked up, for as much logos and T-shirts and everything we had. Like, I guess people just maybe didn't want to book us or whatever the case was. And so it kind of just sat there, and Mongo had the letterhead and the folders and the envelopes, all with this logo of Santino Bros Wrestling. We had T-shirts, everything. And so it kind of came to the time where our buddy Joey Rico Dynamite was gonna. He actually hit me up and said, hey, I taught these guys everything I can teach them. Like, can you help me out and teach them the rest of the way?
And he had a ring in his backyard.
Yeah,
so.
and he had a ring in his backyard. In specific, like, teach them the drop kick. I remember that. I think that was like the first move to teach them was the drop kick. And I had no intention of starting a school. I mean, did you at that
No,
time?
I had no. When he actually came to me and said, "Hey, I have these guys. I've been at Rico's for like 2 weeks with Angel. You want to start an official school?" And I was kind of a little hesitant because I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility. I mean, you're taking, we had a good amount of people, wrestlers at that time.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
had
at
about
least
they had about
10.
13. I
Yeah,
think.
13.
They had
10.
about 13. They had Thunder Kitty and Lucha Machine, and they had
Damien
Mad Mike,
Arsenic.
Damien Arsenic.
Famous B.
Pinky
No,
Santino.
Famous B wasn't
He
there
came
yet.
later. Pinky Santino.
Pinky Santino, of course, and Pinky's brother, Roland.
Roland. Yeah. Oso Loco.
Oso Loco. Who am I
We're
forgetting?
forgetting people.
Like who? Like am I forgetting? Oh, Frank the
Frank the
Tank.
Tank.
Yeah,
Yes.
Frank the Tank.
Aw.
And we had all these guys there, and they were just hungry and wanted to learn. And we kind of went down there every Saturday in Norwalk, California, and we kind of did these little training sessions and taught them. And I would tell Mongo about it, and Supreme in return would tell like BC Killer, and Supreme would tell Bobby Phoenix, and so we would come down we did it for like 2 months. Came down to just train the guys and really. Oh, say it.
You make it sound so easy right there.
It was.
We'd
It
go
was
down
the first
there,
2
we would
months
go
were
training.
easy.
Okay, but let me tell you, and I appreciate this. 2 guys, Johnny and Rico, gave up their backyards for us for a little bit, but they
It's
just
hide and
didn't.
seek.
But let me just tell you, they just didn't give up the backyards for us. We had to pick up cans, bottles,
Oh,
Half-drink
dog
bottles.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
They
there
had-
was a party there every weekend. Can't yell at them.
they actually
had
had they had epic parties.
epic.
Epic parties to the point of like full on Jack Daniel bottles not even open sitting there, to where it was like at first I think we took 1 bottle or 2. They never noticed, but at that point it was like just clean the fucking shit up. I already have a Jack Daniels bottle at home.
Right.
They had so much liquor, and then
Just
we
trash.
would clean up. Well, that's fast forward when we had the school. What to get to the school, I actually came to Mongo and I said, "Hey, dude, so I got these guys." And I said, next Saturday, I had Sylvia write up
a waiver.
a waiver, and saying that basically this is how much it's gonna cost. I think it was $65 per month,
Yeah.
and we would give $25 to the house. So I think we
Per
made like
student.
$40, right?
Yeah.
So we made $40 per student a month, and
Is that profit or after expenses?
Well, that didn't include gas. And
Right
all
now, I
that, so-
see. Right there, did you really make $40?
no, we
We'd
didn't.
like to think we
Yeah.
did.
And
But it sounds good though.
Yeah.
but it came down to we need a name, and we need a name for this wrestling school. So I came to him and said, hey, we did full contact wrestling, and the guy that did it, we did it at the Grand Olympic Auditorium, the Great Western Forum, but he actually ended up taking the name Full Contact
It was a
Wrestling.
shady deal.
And so I came to Mongo, and I was like, still, I wanted the name of full Contact something. So I thought, hey, Mongo, let's call this place Full Contact Dojo. And Mongo was not about it, right? Why are you worried
Yeah,
about
you
it?
know,
Mongo was not about it, right? I mean, say it. I mean,
He shit on it quick.
and so then I was thinking, like, I really didn't want to be like Chaos's house or Chaos Wrestling School.
Well, we were thinking of like House of Chaos or
Yeah.
just different things.
I didn't want that. So, but then I looked at the stickers, the folders, the letterhead, the T-shirts, the gear, everything that we had, and it was like Santino Brothers Wrestling. And the idea behind when we made it was it was fighting Santino Brothers or Santino Brothers Wrestling. And I always had in the back of my head, I said, we'll call it Santino Brothers Wrestling because it could be anything. Right now it's a tag team, but it could be a wrestling,
Santino Brothers Tacos, right?
right? Or it could be a wrestling company, right? Santino
Wrestling
Brothers
gear.
Wrestling. We never specifically thought, oh, Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. That was added on afterwards. And so we saw the logos like Santino Brothers Wrestling. We said, well, why don't we just call it Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy? And so if you'll notice, like a lot of the T-shirts will have just Santino Brothers Wrestling. We never got a screen made that actually says Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. So if you ever have one of those shirts, I get it through like a third party printer or
Company.
something like that. Or like this one says Academy, that's because we got it embroidered. But it was totally like the Academy was totally added on because we had all these logos. And that was how we started Santino Bros Wrestling in the backyard of Johnny and Rico's house,
Right.
where we're cleaning up dog shit. We're cleaning up beer. I mean, and there's tons of beer. It's fun, and it's not only beer. There's piss too, man, because they don't want to go in the house. They're pissing in the backyard.
Not to mention the neighbor on one side had like 3 dogs, so you constantly smell dog shit that had
And then
nothing to do
Still's
with
telling
dogs.
me, "Hey, we got a parent coming in with their kid," and
We were starting to hold orientations.
yeah, we were
and
starting to
accept
hold
other
orientations,
students.
and it was always we would tell them, "Hey, you gotta get here early because we started this time exactly," and it would be such a rush to clean up all that stuff so we would look representable in a backyard. But man, there were some trying times in that backyard. I remember somebody stepped on some dog shit and brought it in the
Oh,
fucking
that
ring
was
in the middle of
nasty.
class. And we had just got a brand new mat, and we had no
Pinky.
fucking mat. Like now, you go to Santino Brothers. If we got a dirty mat, that's because fucking maybe the dudes are dirty, and we're just leaving the dirty mat on because we have so many different mats. I think I have about at least 10 mats right now, and none of them have holes in them. Maybe they have little baby holes in them, but if you remember the backyard, if you ever look back at some of those videos, we had a huge square of tape, of just tape, and it was just like done. It was just done. It was just like canvas on the side, and then it was tape. And so we decided we're gonna invest and put some money into getting a canvas, and we got a nice brand new gray canvas. How much was it? How much was
Yeah,
it?
it was
I think
great.
it
It's probably like 5.
3. No.
It was like
About
five or six.
Yeah.
Because we get them from High Spots, and I get them used, right? And
Yeah.
so those are like $250.
Okay.
And if you want to get them new, I think it's like $500 bucks. Yeah, I think it's like $600. And we bought this one brand new.
And we
it
didn't
was
have money
great.
back then.
We didn't
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
say, like, people look at us and they might think we're spoiled, but we came a long way. I mean, there was times where we had to buy a canopy to protect the ring because it was so hot, and then we'd go down there and it would be halfway across the fence, and we would have to lift it up, and
Oh,
people
my
stand on the
gosh.
ropes, and where's the bungee cords, and one day we came all shredded because of the wind. That was like, everyone worked really hard to get where we are today.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, there was some trying times. We'd be in the
Right.
backyard we got this canvas, and it must have been like the first or second week.
You're so proud of it.
And the guy steps on dog shit and brings it in the ring, and it just keeps going. Like there's one spot, and you're like, why is there one? Then there's 2, then there's 3, then there's 4, and it's all over. And we like actually stopped class, and everybody was on their hands and knees
right.
cleaning
Spraying
every
it.
little fucking dog shit and dog piece. But yeah, that was us in the backyard. It was supposed to be House of Chaos or Full Contact Dojo. It wasn't supposed to be Santino Brothers Wrestling. But we just Mongo had all the he had all
Material,
the
I
he had
guess,
all the
marketing
material,
material.
all the marketing material and logos. And so that's why it's so important. Like everything you see that I try to do is like, or me, it's like I have the logo,
Mhm.
And so here we are, 16-year anniversary. We started as a tag team. Then it became a wrestling school, and I think, man, and then in January we did a really big show with Jake Atlas before we went to NXT, and man, we drew our biggest ever in our history. What was it? 352 paid people came to our show, and I think we had over 200 pre-sold tickets.
It was an awesome show. It really was.
Man, and it was actually the first time, right? The first show that we ever did in Newhall, California, where everybody went out there and passed out flowers. I think we drew 166 people, 167, right?
Yeah, 167.
And never in our history we would do these shows, and we'd have Brody King versus Willie Mack or Brody King versus Ruby Reyes, and none of these shows would ever beat the number of 167. So come January 2020, we're like
Gotta be together.
352. We're like, this is our year. 2020 is our
Yes!
year. We're gonna hit another show in March,
We're gonna kick
and
ass.
we're gonna draw more.
And we had
And
back-to-back shows scheduled for March.
yeah, we did. Or May. In May,
That's
we
right.
had back-to-back shows. We had some Cinco de Mayos. We were gonna do our Up
had
All
shit
Nights.
planned.
Our Up All Night was gonna go live at a venue, and we were gonna try to do it live. And we were gonna try to do our March show live streaming.
So many plans.
Yeah, we had so many plans. Like the evolution of 16 years ago, Santino Brothers starting off as a tag team, right? And then the last 12 years have been a wrestling school, and it seemed, and we could taste it, and we could feel it, and we could touch it. It seemed like it was now going to become and evolve to this wrestling promotion, and we're still. That's
Next
the
step.
plan. That's the plan. I mean, we bought our own trussing, we brought our own lighting, we brought our own entranceway. I mean, we just to be fully sufficient, and I think we only used it a handful of times. But that's the plan. Is probably maybe to evolve and take it to the next level. I mean, I'll just be candid right now because I'm always here with the YouTube with our YouTube subscribers and talking to you guys. When Supreme passed away, I let you know my feelings, but like after this whole COVID thing, like, and I know we have a lot of people in our corner, like, say we're gonna bring the school back, and 100% me.
A lot of support.
And I'm telling Mongo, like, hey, January 2021, we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna start our beginners course, and it's like the biggest thing is like it's out of my hands. In the last 12 years, there's nothing I can do or can control. Like we've been doing our part. We've been closed since March 12th, 2020. No fucking wear your fucking mask. No fucking yelling at nobody. We've been fucking staying the fuck home since March 12th, and it's out of our fucking hands. And this is just frustration speaking. Like, it's just out of our fucking hands. We were on our way to draw probably bigger show. We probably would have drew smaller before we got bigger, but by the end of this year, we would have probably been, our wheels would have been in motion on the promotion. And that's just the frustration of where we're at. Like, we really hope and we really that we want to be optimistic about opening up.
Trying to stay positive.
January 2021, we have our what our COVID guidelines are. We're already cleaning with our clear gear, which kills 99% of all bacteria and germs. But we have our protocols of what we're going to do and do it even more, even if we had to do it between class. Because we do it all the time. After class, we're always cleaning.
Right.
Having everybody get masks made that are at least 3 layers, whether they're lucha made or whatever the case is. Only having, I was talking to my buddy B-Boy about how they're still operating and what they're doing, and just kind of giving me an insight. And I told him, I said, man, just really talking to you just really gave me a lot of hope. But I have all that hope. And we're like in the COVID epicenter of the United States right here in Los Angeles. Like, I look at all the other counties and they're like, oh, the numbers are pretty like manageable. But and then here we're like 4 to 10 times more than every fucking county around. That I see all my other colleagues or all my other
our daily numbers are higher than
than the whole thing. So, I guess like the biggest thing is just we're hoping that January 2020 that the city and the state and I hope the globe and I hope the nation, but honestly at this point all I can hope for is that the city of Los Angeles and the state of California get the shit together and get the shit under control, get the numbers down. How can they? I don't know, but because I feel like we're doing our fucking part. We're closed down since March fucking 12th. You know what I mean? And it's just like there's nothing more I can fucking do, but and this is where I'm coming to you guys. There's nothing more that I can fucking do, but at this point, figure out what the new normal is for me. I can't sit here and wait and pray and hope that we're going to be able to do it January 2021.
And we still get calls
100%. I'm ready to go. I was ready to go August 1st, September 1st. The city and state ain't ready to go. You can't even open. You can't even eat a fucking meal in a restaurant right now. You know what I mean? So that's the situation that we're in, and so I mean, like that's the entire idea. Come back 100%. But the longer that we wait, I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope to, we have some ideas, to definitely keep the brand and the name, because like we talked about with Mongol, like the brand of the name was just so important for us, the Santino Brothers. You know, so
You know, I worry about the students because
yeah.
Yeah.
you know you got to stay on top of them on a normal. Now you're distant from them. Are they still going to be in shape? Are they? You know, obviously they're going to get ring rust because they're not in the ring.
And some it
And
was
like
with their home.
right now, like I don't even want them to train in the ring. I want them to train their bodies at home, obviously because of COVID. Training at home builds your physiques and builds your physique, and you get to repair your injuries that you have. You know, people because you need rest in pro wrestling. There is no rest.
But
right?
you know, but like I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone feels like me too, right? 5 months, I'm ready to go.
No, I
I'm ready to
totally agree.
go.
I know, but I get a lot of guys come back to me and say, "I'm ready to go," and you're 125 pounds.
Oh well,
You're not ready to go, baby.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Hey, work on your promos, work on your body. Hey, I get it. Maybe you're in an area like in Los Angeles where the gyms are closed. Figure it out.
You
Get-
gotta do squats, push-ups,
get a fucking
lunges.
Google.
Like or get a sandbag. Because if in pro wrestling, man, if you can start lifting some sandbags, and some people are sandbags.
Angel.
Yeah. Some people are sandbags in pro wrestling. So if you live in some sandbags, you're gonna be like pro wrestling ready to rock. Because there's gonna be a lot of dudes like blowing up,
Hey.
and it's gonna embarrass yourself. You're
Other
gonna
people in
embarrass.
jail do it.
That's true.
There is no excuse.
Yeah.
There is no excuse.
There is no. I mean, they said.
Right?
I always tell this story. Herschel Walker, as jacked as he is, Dallas Cowboys running back legend. And then at 50 years old, he fought in an MMA fight, and he looked better than when he was 25 running football. And but they said that he would eat 1 meal a day, 1 meal a day, right? And he would do push-ups and dips. Push-ups and dips. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, push-ups and dips. But there's got to be some truth to this story. It's not just incredible legend. Like, if you're going to say, fuck you, I've seen him in the gym every fucking day. Like, you know, no, they probably seen him doing dips every fucking day. So, like you're saying, there is no fucking excuse. Get in shape, figure it out.
Now is the time.
Right, like, yeah, now's the time because you got to come to the point of like, well, I don't know what to do. My gym's closed. Well, it's got to come to the point where you stop asking the fucking questions, you start answering them, and you tell me what the fuck you did. I ran some stairs, I put my fucking little brother on my back, and I climbed up this, I did this, or whatever the case is. It's about, hey, if
How
you,
bad you want it. That's
yeah,
what we
if-
used to say.
if you can't get
Make it
creative,
work.
if you can't get creative with your workouts, how the fuck are you going to be creative in your pro wrestling matches? In your pro wrestling character? In your pro wrestling persona?
Yeah,
I mean, pro wrestling, Ed Aarons. You remember Ed Aarons?
Yes.
Pro wrestling told me,
Love Ed
or
Aarons.
Ed Aarons told me pro wrestling is bigger than life. And I'm an impressionable, maybe 17-year-old kid at the time. And I remember that. Here I'm talking about it maybe 20 plus years later at least. And telling you guys that wrestling is bigger than life. And hit the fucking gym. Pretty please with sugar on top. I get it. I know you see some guys that are on, national television and they're small. That's cool and all. I guarantee you this. You draw a picture of them and their comic book is fucking bigger than their actual real life is. And I'm not knocking them. What I'm saying is, if you want to look better, then fucking look better. Make yourself look better. Be bigger and larger than life in pro wrestling. So
And someone's telling you to preach chaos, so your best
I ain't
But it's
preaching.
when people use the word Santino Brothers very loosely, I get offended a little bit. And I'll tell you why I get offended. When me and Kaos were training, when we had the luxury of training, when we would show up to a spot and there would be a ring there. But there are sometimes we would show up to a spot and there wouldn't be a ring there. And we would drive, an hour and a half just to try to get a training in. Where here, you had a ring anytime they would call you, they could knock on your door. Not saying it was allowed to never do that. I'm saying guys would come and knock on the door and give me the keys to the dojo, and you would be nice enough to give them the keys to the dojo. I mean, I would say we were literally starving artists because we didn't have mom and pops backing us.
The opportunities back in the day.
We barely had money for the gym. We barely had money for a phone. We used a Target card to survive to buy some canned food, tuna, and a video game just to
Free
keep
our
minds.
mind. Yeah.
So when people complain today, Santino Brothers, this and that, it's like, man, we went through hell and back, and I feel like we provide a very nice, clean place for you guys. You know, so when you guys are complaining, oh, what do I got to do? Man, we had to figure it out. We didn't know marketing. We didn't know Photoshop. We didn't know websites, business license. A lot of stuff we had to involve.
Trademarks,
Right?
taxes,
Taxes
right?
suck.
Every tax season that comes,
I get a grade.
I tell, yeah, I do. I get a grade in
I
my
get a
beard,
100 grade.
and I tell Sil, I said, all I want to do is fucking wrestle. You know, and I tell Mongo and I tell all my students, it's like, I'm supposed to be the fucking world champion, but, like, have a backup plan. Learn to do the rings. Learn to do this. Learn to be a trainer. Learn to, like, just love this fucking business. I'm supposed to be the world fucking champion, and sometimes the cookie don't crumble that way. You know what I mean? And, you find yourself, like, just trying to struggle to just try to be in this wrestling business. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just think that love this business. Be hungry about it, and I'm pretty sure, just like me, man, I fucking miss it. I tell Sylvia every day. I say, and I'm supposed to be retired, like three times over.
Hey, you never say you're retired.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
curse.
everybody
That's why I
knows
said I
that.
never retired.
Yeah, everybody knows that. But I'm supposed to be retired, but I say every day, I go, man.
You just want to jaw jack.
Yeah, I just want to jaw jack somebody. And really, I like to stay out of the ring, and I just want to be the guy that films for you guys and posts it on YouTube and do this, that, and the other, and then say, man, look how good my student is. And I don't put them over, but in back, I go watch the video and be like, fuck yeah, they did it. You know what I mean? Because you can't blow their fucking head up, man. You blow their fucking head up, and they think they can't do nothing wrong. You just keep letting them know.
There's enough people to blow their heads
Yeah,
up.
coaching tip 101, bro. Just keep letting them know what the fuck they need to fix. Because let me tell you something, right? What was it? What is it? Average wrestlers want to be left alone. Good wrestlers want to be coached. Great wrestlers want to be told the truth. And great wrestlers not only want to be told the truth, there's no feelings involved. They just want to fix what's wrong.
Face.
Yeah, they don't get boo-boo face. Just fix what's fucking wrong. Make me better. Help me help you. That's why fucking, if you guys ever watch Rocky, that's why Mick's yelling at fucking Rock and saying you're a fucking bum. You want to be a half-ass loan shark. You know what I mean? When you could be a fucking champion because you're wasting yourself. Anyways.
Come with
Well, hey, we were talking earlier, and I tell you guys, it goes down to how bad you want it. And I was telling a story of if Kaos had to be at gym at 5 in the morning during half pump, he would pull out and be at the gym at 5 in the morning.
He'd probably sleep there the night
And
before.
it's how bad you want it, and guys. And you know, it's about wrestling.
I saw Hammerstone on Twitter, and he said this like 3 fucking months ago, and he's a big fucking dude from Arizona, I think. And he said, if all you motherfuckers don't come back jacked, tan, and juicy, you're fucking around. And I'm like 100%, I agree.
Right.
If you ain't coming back jacked, tan, and juicy, and if you know what the fuck that means and you want to be a pro wrestler, go fucking look it up. Jacked, tan, and juicy, man. That's how you should be coming back to look. Like, utilize it, and I've been preaching it to the students on Zoom. It's what Carlos always preached. Which was at least what he told me. I don't know. I mean, he was your trainer. I got to wrestle him and got to pick his brain in the back. But Carlos Montana told me, like, when you get injured, that's the time you can sit there and you can get sad and you can get boo-boo face and be like, everyone's wrestling and I got a torn fucking ACL, or you can utilize that time and feed your mind. Become better at it. All you can do, you can't get in the ring. All you can do is watch wrestling. So feed your mind. Get better at promos. Get better at get better at your psychology. And that's what I've been telling the guys. Utilize this time right now as if this was an injury. You know what I mean? And I get it. Hey, get on some of the shows that you can get on, whether it's AEW or NXT. Or GCW, or whoever the fuck else is running. You know, if you can get on those shows, get on those shows. But if you can't, you need to utilize this time for the positive. Utilize it as if you were injured. And this was a fucked up ACL injury. Hey, if you're a super fucking athlete, 6 months you're back. But if you're not a super athlete, it's going to be a minimum of 18 fucking months before you're back in it. And we've been in 5 months in this COVID. So you're not even on super athlete 6 months on a torn ACL right now. You know what I mean?
You know, what gets me upset is sometimes I feel like young pro wrestlers don't take themselves seriously. How does a boxer and an MMA fighter get jacked in 3 to 4 months because they're focusing on their diet, they're working all their body parts, they're trying to get strong, and the young pro wrestler's like, I'm just trying to make it. You got to have that mentality of, I'm going to make it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to succeed, and figure out your plan and start executing.
The problem with pro wrestlers, at least when I'm coming up, is and here's a tip for all you guys, so don't get complacent. So if you know about it, register it and change it. So the problem with pro wrestlers are they go through the rigorous training, they get their ass kicked, and for the most part, everyone gets their fucking ass kicked. Everyone gets chopped. Everyone's fucking training is the toughest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna
Every
be
time.
somebody gonna tell me that they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, my training was soft." They're gonna say, "Fuck you! My shit was harder than yours." Like, come on, that's it. So, but what happens is, once they finish and they start getting on some shows, they don't train like an athlete.
They're not hungry anymore.
They learn to. Like they
They
learn,
settle with
yeah,
their
they
happy with?
they
I'm
learned
on
to
the show?
wrestle. They learned to wrestle once 2 years ago, and now they're just doing it every weekend. And then you don't treat yourself like an athlete. And I know a lot more wrestlers do today, 100%. A lot more wrestlers do it today. But coming up, and I still see it today though, they learn to wrestle, and then they don't treat themselves like an athlete and keep training themselves. And that's what I always say. I'm 25 years in this business. And I know, and it makes me sad, and I got a tear coming down my fucking eye. It makes me sad that I know that I will never learn everything about this fucking business. No matter, I could be 50 fucking years in. And maybe 50 fucking years, I'll tell you, hey, Mongo, yeah, I actually learned everything at 45, so, you know, but...
With the new live streaming and everything, that's
Hey,
pretty amazing,
there's
right?
always
That's a
something
whole
new
new
to learn.
generation we're learning today.
But yeah, so there's always something to learn in professional wrestling. And right, they always say it, right? There's always somebody working harder than fucking you. So what can you do right now during this fucking shit, during this COVID era? Right, obviously we could do workouts. If you have a partner, you can roll around with them. You can work on lockups. But if you're just by yourself, what do? You can work
do
on
push-ups, squats.
right. Obviously, you can work
Promos
out.
in the mirror.
You can work out, right? You don't have a gym, you can still fucking work out. Any core strength workout like body weight squats, push-ups, right? Pull-ups.
You can use your
Um,
couch as a leverage to do
and-
different kinds of push-ups.
Any
Or
of
go
that.
on YouTube and they have all kinds of free videos. on
Any of
different
that'll
workouts.
work, or you get a fucking 150-pound fucking wrestling dummy, and you can actually work on some suplexes. You can work on moves, or fuck the wrestling dummy, work on your fucking facial expressions, your 8x10 poses. Work on obviously your promos, your character, your personality, your gimmick. Work on all these different things. Work on your fucking selling. Sell. How do I get punched in the stomach? What does my facial expression look? How does it look when I'm selling my fucking arm wringer or if I'm selling a headlock? You know, really working it. And then at the same time, we're watching wrestling videos. We're watching the best of the best. And I tell everybody, watch the good, the bad, and the ugly. Watch, like you can sit there and you can watch the greatest wrestler of all time every single day. That's fine and all. Watch it all though. And don't get complacent. Don't just watch today. Watch yesteryear. Watch 10 years ago. Watch 20 years ago. Change it up. If you're all about Japanese wrestling, then watch some lucha libre. If you're all about lucha libre, watch some fucking deep south wrestling. Switch it up. If you're all about deep south, go watch some World of Sport. So there's so many things that you can do right now, and I think the most important, right? We talked about how I'm supposed to be the fucking world champion. If you want to be the fucking world champion, learn the fucking talk. Get your character down. And you can do all that right now. Right now during COVID. And as a matter of fact, this is the best time to do it because you don't have to sit here and see everybody on a fucking show every fucking day, week in, week out, and feel like you're getting left behind. Everybody's on the same fucking playing field for the most part. Yeah, I get it. There's a few out there that are actually have the opportunity to wrestle, and that's awesome.
So what he's telling you is you at least got to take some type of action to make shit happen.
Yeah.
Right? You got to take that 1st
Don't get
step.
complacent.
Jack 10 and juicy, right? Promos,
Facials.
selling, work on your fucking punches. What did Ric Flair say? He punch
Ooh,
a fucking.
punches are tough.
Yeah, he punches a shower curtain. You know what I mean? Hey, punch your mom. Punch your fucking mom. Let me tell you something.
He's giving you permission.
Let me tell you. No, I ain't giving you. No!
He's
No, I ain't giving no.
permission.
I ain't giving you permission to punch your mom. But what I'm saying is,
It sounded like that.
work on your punches with the shower curtain. And then when you get that shit down,
Then
punch your
mom.
fucking mom. Pro wrestling punch. Right? It's supposed to look
Disclaimer.
like, hey, where Pops looks at you and he's gonna jump you and you say, Ma, 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 and she's gonna say, he didn't touch me, he didn't fucking touch me. You're right, you know what I mean? It's supposed to look fucking devastating, but it's not. Right? And if you get, that's what I always say, I used to do that. You ask my mom, I used to throw punches at her, you know. She wouldn't sell that shit, but she was like, you
She probably
fucking.
looked at
She
him
was
like,
like,
you
you
fucking
fucking hit me and it's on. You fucking hit me and it's on. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
His
I'm
gas
good at
is
what I
not
do. All right, maybe you don't want to throw the punch. Throw at your sister.
Throw at your sister.
Throw at your brother. Hey, nah, because listen. Don't come to wrestling school and throw that shit at me and jack my jaw. You know, jack some jaws over. Hey, and that's what I always say. You come into wrestling school, drop that fucking elbow drop. You know what I mean? Hey, if you have ever dropped the elbow drop or put your little brother or best friend in a fucking full Nelson, I question why you're here at wrestling school. You know what I mean? Because you got to have it right here deep down inside in passion, right? We talked about how nobody wants. It's not nobody wants. Everybody's a show guy. Not saying that's a fucking bad thing, but when me and Mongol were the fighting fucking Santino brothers, and we used to go out there and shoot on some dudes. So like, hey, and I got no problem talking about it. I got no problem talking about it. It's my history. It's what I did. That's why I tell you guys, fucking learn to take care of yourself. Don't let nobody take liberties out on you, because they're gonna fucking do it. Because I'll tell you what, if you jaw jacked me like as me and Mongol are fucking taking liberties out of you, you jaw jacked me. I'd probably try to jaw jack you, but you jaw jack me back again. I'd be like, I'm not gonna fuck with this guy no more. I'm just gonna wrestle.
Yeah, I'm gonna work now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna work.
out.
I'm a worker.
Yeah, I'm a worker.
I'm a worker. I'm a worker. So, but yeah. So
Be hungry, guys. Be
be
passionate
hungry.
about it. Figure it out. Go to Google. There's enough information to teach you everything that you want to know. So when you come back, you're ready to rock and roll. And I know it's a scary time, COVID. You don't want to go outside. We're not saying go outside. We're saying train at home, at your own house. And when you come back, you should be ready to rock. Don't be coming with muffin top, out of shape, and posting saying I'm working out.
And and now that we're 42 minutes into this, like, here are some of the things that we got planned. You know, I didn't want to just put them all the way at the beginning. You know what I mean? These are for the diehards right here. Like, you know, so the idea is that, you know, we want to do some live streaming shows, you know, for our, and specifically for YouTube. You know, we have about 83,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. It's actually our biggest social media that we have by at least 5 times. So that's what that's definitely what we're looking to try to do. You know, obviously we're in a waiting game right now with California, and you know, hopefully they, you know, I don't know, maybe we can get a better understanding of COVID. Right? Nobody knows what the fuck anything about COVID. It's 5 months old in the United States. That's it. Like, nobody really knows much about it. So we're just hoping that maybe it gets under control. Maybe we have the ability, you know, with taking our safety measures, wearing our masks, you know, cleaning up the ring, and maybe we'll be able to run a no fan event that we will stream live, you know, on our YouTube channel. So that's kind of the idea that we want to do. Obviously, you guys know that we're doing online classes, and with the online classes, definitely check that out, guys, because, you know, as I was developing it, you know, right, trying to figure out what we can do, how we, you know, there's still people that do want to learn. And developing this, I actually told Sylvan, I said, why are we already doing this already? You know, because every time we're in the wrestling ring, there's so little time of actually ring time. You know, actual being in the ring and utilizing the ring and using it. So my whole thing about, you know, wrestling school is just, if you're here, you're using the ring, you're utilizing the ring time. But here now, with going mobile and being able to go Zoom, it just adds a different aspect and a different course to the entire Santino Brothers program, where you would go home, and we're reviewing matches right now. We're doing promos with the alumni. We're going over match psychology, and we're going over all these different things that we can actually do, just like we're doing right now, virtually, on online on Zoom. So it's, I try to always not just look at the bad of like, oh fuck COVID, I hate it, but it's taught us and how to make our training program a lot more efficient, a lot better, and give that private time for the coach. Because if you've ever been to Santino Brothers Dojo, it's fucking loud, and we're trying to teach you there and talk about. And we've had promo class and character class and stuff like that. But the Zoom and doing it online and doing it virtually, it really kind of gives that intimate setting. Also, everything is quiet. I usually have my headphones on, and we're ready to go. And it's just it's really making our entire program more efficient. So I really look forward to not just having a 4-course program, but a 5-course program now, and going online to work with these students. And I think it's also a great gem and a tool to utilize, because you guys know it when you guys are here at the school. Like a lot of the students, I think I started saying this like the last couple of months, within the last 6 months before we closed down due to COVID, was we don't train you. We train you how to wrestle, obviously, but that's not what our purpose is. Our purpose is to change your life. And it sounds corny as fuck, and I get it. But the only reason I say that, and I'll tell you guys that, is because it's the fucking truth. You won't understand how many people have come to me and said that we've changed their life. Whether it's a guy who, has got a gang tattoo on his chest, or whether it's a guy who had no direction in his life, or whether, just a parent who says that, hey, I've never was able to get through to my kid, and you're able to do it. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what you would get in the Zoom classes. You get that mentorship, that leadership. You know what I mean, Mongo?
Oh, definitely. What it does is it just helps you it helps you become more outgoing, more confident when you're talking to people. If you're that shy guy, you'll have the confidence to go talk to that girl. Same thing with the girls. You learn self-defense. It helps you, just really brings everything out. Yeah, brings confidence on the people, and that's how you change their life when they come here. Yeah. You just hit that mental trigger because it's something they love. When mom and dad talks to you, you're kind of like, yeah, mom, yeah, dad, and they tell you, and then they hear you say the exact same thing, and they're like, hey, Kaos, that was the greatest thing. But you're able to hit that mental trigger to make them do what they had to do. Yeah. So when they go home now, they're more athletic. They're not lazy. Mom says, hey, throw out the trash. They're throwing out the trash, or before throw out trash, and they're like,
oh, hey, let me tell you something, man. There were some days in March and April where I'd sit here with a little tear in my fucking eye and say, how the fuck are you going to tell us we're not essential? What are these fucking people supposed to do? This is their support system. It's disguised as pro wrestling school, but it's much more than that. And, oh my gosh, Sylvia and I would sit here and fucking argue, and I literally did have a tear in my eye. Just a frustration. Like, how are you going to say that these people's mental well-being is not essential? Because that's where they come here. You'll hear so many wrestlers, right?
Let me put it to you like this. We had a Thanksgiving in the warehouse, and I just thought it was going to be us three. And we just threw it out there, hey, anyone want to come down that has nothing to do? And we ended up having I think 10, 13 people. Willie Mack was there. Remember, we had to make that Thanksgiving on a grill.
And Syl
did it all.
Syl, tell them how you made. Syl made this Thanksgiving dinner, right? A whole fucking turkey. I think she cut it the fuck up. We had a oven grill.
We had a toaster oven.
Toaster oven.
We had
a crock
indoor
pot.
electric grill.
An indoor electric grill and a crock pot.
Yeah. So, and a hot plate.
And she made the full-on Thanksgiving dinner
It was
with
awesome.
mashed potatoes and stuffing and everything you can think of in the warehouse. So if you've ever been to Santino Brothers Dojo, the warehouse right next door, Unit T, not the one that we just had a ring in, but the one opposite. That's where Sylvia and I lived for 18 fucking months. and we cooked a grand fucking Thanksgiving. I mean, that was a fucking TV show. Willie Mack was there, and I think a couple of the students, maybe out of pity, stopped by because it looked so fucking sad.
Dude, yeah.
But they didn't stop. They had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just like
Yeah,
us.
feelings.
They were just
Yeah.
like, man, we're starving artists.
God.
We don't hang out with our family, and you guys are our family, and you know.
Like I told all the students, there's a blood family and there's a wrestling family. So that Thanksgiving was cool though.
And it was tough nights being in there, right?
Oh,
It was
it
colder
sucked.
than cold. It was hotter than hot.
In
I
the
mean,
winter,
it
the
was
dogs
a
stayed
lot
in
of hard
sweaters.
work to get
Summer,
where
you
we are
roasted your
today.
ass off. No hot water.
Yeah, no hot water. We had to microwave the water in order to
To do
get to
dishes.
pour hot or do dishes or pour hot water over over ourselves.
Or we went to Bally's.
Yeah,
So
but
to use the showers.
Yes, it's been a tough 16 years.
yeah,
But you know what? It was worth every
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
sacrifice. It
Wouldn't
really
change
was.
anything in the world.
and like we always say, you know, right? I always say, right? I started listening to country because Sylvia's my wife and she loves country. But I like it now too. But in the country songs, they always have like, hey, the bad days make the good days better. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's what we're in fucking right now. In these terrible bad days, we didn't even make our 10-year anniversary at the building. That was gonna be, we were just shy 2 months. You know, just we didn't get to do a follow-up show to our 352 person show. We didn't get to finish our classes that we were starting, you know. But you know, these are just the down times. One of my
I really wouldn't say the down times. I guess would say the learning times because we got
Yeah.
involved. We're kind of
Yeah.
old school where
You learn through the
we
struggle.
film it and stuff. But with this new live streaming and Zoom classes, it's a digital road with it. We have to evolve.
Yeah, I think maybe if Mongo's down with it, we'll try to go at least once a week, and we're just gonna throw it just right up live on our YouTube channel. I don't think we're gonna make a big fanfare about it and tell people to listen. I know that we have our loyal subscribers that are already on there, so we'll kind of just do it for you guys, and maybe just kind of keep an update with what's going on. I know me and Mongo will watch the Wednesday Night Wars and. We have our opinions about it, and I think maybe you guys want to hear our opinions about it, what we think about some of the wrestlers. And so maybe we'll do that, but it was nice getting on here, and, you know, 16 years.
Thank you, brother.
Santino
guys are awesome.
Brothers, you know, and, you know, evolved from a tag team to a wrestling school to we were getting on our way to becoming the full-time promotion, and I have no doubt that we'll get back to getting there. I have no doubt that we'll get back to training. It's just a matter of when right now, you know? Like
And adapting to whatever the new world's going to be.
yeah, just kind of adapting to everything that's going on, and we appreciate all of our fans out there and sticking with us, and you know, these you know, we're doing the content right now. We're doing this live video because
Always content.
yeah, because we post videos up for you guys every fucking day. And, you know, obviously we don't have the school, and I've had a lot of content backed up. But now we're probably just going to have maybe videos like this. Maybe we'll do, we have the ability to do match review. We can do match review. Maybe I'll bring Brody King on with the match I had with him, or Jake Atlas, even B-Boy. We had match of the year, Brian Kendrick. Maybe we'll bring some of these guys on and just kind of talk to them. Do some of your match reviews, whatever match reviews you have, we can do, or and I think just kind of like, you know, give you guys pointers and just kind of, you know,
Give the knowledge because you don't want to die with it.
yeah,
You know,
keep the
help.
dream alive,
Keep
right?
The dream alive.
Yeah,
Remind
and-
everybody put in the work, keep the dream alive, and
Focus and execute.
yeah, focus. And I know that some of you guys were hitting some comments on there. If I didn't get a chance to get to them, I'll get it on the back end. We're just throwing this up right on our phone.
Freestyling.
Yeah, we're just
Freestyle
freestyling. So, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys for watching. We kind of had some watchers in there, so not a bad deal. We got our new ring light that Jezabel got us to kind of help us make a little bit.
Make it look a little bit more professional.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
take a look at. We got we have
shit.
yeah, we got our different setting. I don't know, maybe that one looks
was
better.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, we went the whole show on yellow. Maybe we should have been on white.
We all
Um,
looked like we had jaundice.
even blue looks fine. You know, I think blue looks fine. So, like I said,
Jaundice.
yeah, we're all yellow. So yeah, maybe we
That was
should.
my 10.
Yeah, I think that one's probably the best.
I want tanning salons
I just got to
reopened.
figure out a way so it doesn't have a big ring on my glasses. But I think we're just going to maybe use some of our lighting equipment to help with that. So, but yeah, so there, man, I think actually that is the better light, even though we were on yellow. What does it say? Love you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing and being a part of the future. Well, we definitely, hey, we love you too. We love you too, brother. That's Charlie Wu talking right there.
Hi, Charlie Woo.
Charlie.
Charlie Woo.
Robert Collin, glad you guys did this. Incredibly happy to see you guys. Hey, we're really appreciate you guys. I mean, the production of Santino Brothers and saying that we're gonna we were this close to becoming the full-time live promotion can't be done without the production. Robert Collin and Charlie Wu, and even when Sephora and Shannon Kendrick are filming, and Halston Body and the commentators and everybody that you guys give, it's just, you know, professional caliber, more than I can ask for. And like I said, I ain't blowing smoke up your guys' ass because like I don't hand out the compliments. You know, I just like to let you know when you guys do a good job also. You know, I don't just like to just pass them out like everyday thing because
It's a lot of work. These shows,
it's a lot of work
you need
sometimes.
a really great team to pull these things off.
And that's what it is. It's like
it's total teamwork.
it's very little direction from myself. You know, I say, hey, let's just give your heart, give your passion. I know what you want. You kind of know what I want, and we kind of go out there. And so, thank you guys, Robert Collin and Charlie Wu, and the whole production team and the Up All Night team, Ruby Reyes,
for putting together the Up All Nights.
and lugging our ring around and lugging our lighting and our truss and putting lights up that nobody has a fucking clue how to do, but we're learning on the fucking go because like a wrestler like myself, I had no fucking clue how to fucking wrestle, and who the fuck am I to teach and train the next generation of wrestlers? But here we are, and we're the best. You know what I mean? We're the best. Yeah, definitely at what we do, because this is what we do. You know, we're passionate about being the trainer. So, all right. I think I tried to end it a couple of times, but I think that's that could be the official ending. Anything you want to add?
No, that's it. Just stay focused and take action.
Anything you?
I just love all of our students. I miss everybody, and I know this doesn't sound totally hypocritical because none of us are in it, but wear your fucking masks when you go out, please, and hopefully we'll be able to get back sooner than later, but COVID's a fucking mean-ass heel, so who the hell knows?
Yeah, well...
Just stay safe, that's my...
Even Zeus went down, right? So,
yeah.
We'll get it, guys. All right, thank you
Love
for
you
tuning
guys.
in. Stay safe, Robert Collins says. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys.
Go Raiders, Robert Collins!
Yeah, Raiders look like they have a strong fucking team, Robert, so...
Yeah. And we still have Carr, but...
Yeah, so, we'll see. All right, let me see how I can turn this thing off.
I have no idea.
Are you sure you want to start streaming?